First up, we cut across to breaking news coming in from Muzaffarabad, the capital of Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, where a strike brought normal life to halt as protesters took to the streets in opposition to a police crackdown. The demonstration quickly escalated into a confrontation that between the security forces and protesters, resulting in a tense standoff. Samiksha, do tell our viewers what happened next.
Yes, Suyisha, and just to add to all that you mentioned, note that this is not the first time that locals in PoK have been staging protests against the Pakistan regime tyranny. In fact, this time the protests have escalated to a point where the locals were even seen raising the Indian tricolour. So yes, this is a massive uprising, Suyisha, that we are seeing in PoK, and with it, we are also seeing that demand to merge with the with India as a whole. Suyisha, let's also go across to Kaswar, who is joining us live from Islamabad. Kaswar, take us through exactly what is happening in PoK as we speak. Not the first time, of course, that the PoK locals are staging a protest against the PoK government, but tell us exactly through what are the key demands of the locals in the region.
Well, thank you very much. Very good evening, very good morning from Pakistan. And let me tell you, situation is in Muzaffarabad, in Pakistan-administered Kashmir, is really tense. What we have seen in last couple of 2-3 days, that were really unprecedented. And according to the latest and official reports, one police officer have been murdered, 90s have been injured to the headquarters hospital in Muzaffarabad. And this makes up that the situation is really very tense. If you have gone through the visuals that has come from across the Kashmir region, that are really very, very troublesome. The kids and the people have been sprayed with the tear gas across the region, and this is terribly, happening across the Pakistan-administered Kashmir as well. Let me tell you what the situation over there is right now, and what made people of that region to come to the roads and streets. Let me draw your attention to 12 months back that Pakistani authorities and these protesters, which have formed a Jammu Kashmir action committee, they got together, they come across the table and find the resolution that they will be provided subsidized food, they will be provided with subsidized wheat, and then they will be provided with the electricity on the cost which is actually generated by the hydel power. All of these demands were accepted by the authorities, but all of a sudden, we don't know what happened overnight, that the authorities which initially accepted these demands, they got back from these demands as well. And this is something that made the people furious. And what we have seen in a couple of 3 days is really, really unprecedented. And as I speak to you, the situation there, Muzaffarabad, is still not under control. And people are really furious, and God forbid, it can be the beginning of uprising in Pakistan-administered Kashmir as well, let me tell you.
Kaswar, you call it a beginning of an uprising which is in the making, but actually if you look at the situation for a while now, even before the elections, the people have been frustrated. They have been coming out in large numbers and speaking against the then government. Now after that change, their situation is not good, and they don't have faith in the political system to whether anything can be reversed or not. This is only growing.
Yes, exactly. And you rightly pointed out that the people, this is not the first time that the people have come to the road and state. And but what I am telling you, what I am trying to tell you is that these are unprecedented, because as what we have seen during the last 3 to 4 days, these have been the bloody protests in this relatively peaceful region. When we compare this sort of situation with the past, there is a striking, differences between the two. Whenever these people came to the roads and the streets, they remained peaceful. But what we have seen in last 2-3 days, they have been armed. Remember that the police officers were gunned down by the firing that actually was unleashed by the protesters as well. And this is just, that is why I am trying to tell you that these are unprecedented protests, and the Pakistani authorities were still taking it very, very lightly. Even the former president, former federal ministers from Pakistan,
Yes.
they are calling Pakistani authorities to take these protests very, very seriously. But so far, let me tell
Right.
you, situation remains very, very tense on the ground. One police officer have been martyred, 90 have been injured and rushed to the police. And on the
Right.
part of
Kaswar,
the protesters, the
yes.
damage is even more beyond
And
the imagined.
Kaswar, we will keep coming back to you through the day, but important to also mention here that the locals who have been staging a protest, rather protests across PoK, have also been seen raising Indian flags. So this also points out to the very fact that there is a very strong demand of these locals to merge with India. In fact, Suyesha, just to also tell our viewers, the Union Home Minister yesterday, while he addressed a rally, made a very strong point, saying that in Modi 3.0 era, the Modi government will take back PoK and that PoK will be a part of India very, very soon, Suyesha.